Our daily burst of joy today is taken from Joshua 4, verses 6 and 7, and it says, "To serve as a sign among you, in the future, when your children ask you, 'What do these stones mean?' Tell them that the flow of the Jordan was cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. When it crossed the Jordan, the waters of the Jordan were cut off. These stones are to be a memorial to the people of Israel forever." Well, in context, this passage explains how God stopped the Jordan River from flowing so that the Israelites could cross over on dry ground. This was an amazing miracle that God performed for the Israelites. The crossing over the river symbolized entering the promised land and deliverance from bondage. This was God's compassion to encourage the Israelites with a tangible illustration of his strength, power, and authority prior to their battle. God also knew how they kept forgetting all that he had done for them in the past. So God told Joshua to choose 12 men, one from each tribe, for each to take up one stone from the middle of the Jordan River and place each of them down at the place where they would stay that night. As we read in our two verses, these stones would symbolize how faithful God was to make a way for them to be set free. These stones were a way for them to remember God's goodness. What an important principle. Our question today is this: how can we, each of us, create reminders of God's faithfulness in our lives? When things are going along well, we often forget how faithful God has been. God wants us to create reminders so that we don't forget, just like he had Joshua and his men do with the stones. So what about you? Have you created ways to remember God's goodness and past faithfulness? Well, I wanted to share with you what's helped me and many others. I handcraft bracelets that consist of 7 large beads. The beads represent what brings joy into our hearts. Like, you think of one thing for each of the large beads, and then you thank God for that. That's because anything good that we get to enjoy was given to us by God. He says that in his word. These bracelets are a tangible way we can be reminded of God's goodness and faithfulness and thank him for it. If you'd like to get a bracelet or two for yourself, check out kellyanndesigns.org. So, can you recall some miracles God has done in your life? Remember that God spoke here that we all should have a way to remember the Lord's involvement in our lives, because this changes everything for the good. So when we remember God's faithfulness, it strengthens our faith. It's a testimony of God's goodness. It builds trust for the future, especially during difficult times. It shifts our focus away from difficulties and the yuck onto God, and it fosters gratitude and joy. So take a look at my Joy Jewelry bracelets. God bless you.